to tell a man he doesn't deserve to see his kids, you know, I don't think he beats you bad enough.
Wow, I'm good friends with Bryce.
Freedom of speech is really being grabbed up over there in the UK. Some people are being arrested, and
I think there's like an intentional plan by the people in charge of countries where I've recorded something and think, I'm gonna get arrested in the UK if I post this shit.
Give me the hard shit, though.
You got into the UFC and you failed. It is what it is. You got beat up pretty bad by Jake Paul. That was a stinky performance. I once had a very short-lived dream of being an MMA fighter. I was 19. I had nothing going for me. A lot of people seem to think I blew up out of nowhere, but I didn't really blow up out of nowhere.
How Tate is, what he's presenting to like men in the UK and the US.
I do think he's a bit of a consumerist bot.
We're doing the Matrix wrong. He's got 2 cars at $7 million each. You're broke! You're poor! If you have $1 million in a 401k, you're poor! Do you think Chase has a chance? Oh, man. What's up, everybody? Overdogs podcast in his house. Overdogs USA. You know, stay up to date with us because we keeping up with combat sports and other news, other things. You know, we got some more watch him react videos. We got some fun videos, and we could start off with those. Those are fun. Let's do it.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
We got a good guest today, man. He's very controversial. MMA Guru coming in the house to have it out with me. So
you're going to have to explain that history. Before we start, explain that history. What do you mean by have it out? Like, I saw your comment. What I think is funny about Guru is he has like this effect on fighters. Like, they either like him or they fucking hate him. And, you know, like we could talk about the DJ thing, but what's your thing about Guru?
Well, you know what? It's just he has his place talking about the fight game when, you know, there are these people who don't fight that are in the fight game that bring it attention in a way, like Nina Drama, for example. And I believe there's some drama between Nina and Guru, and we've never really talked about Nina, but she kind of took over a lot of the aspects of UFC content, or she was just putting things out there. And Guru does his content, and he has some intense opinions on some very racial things. A lot of people were saying, you know, not to link with certain people. Obviously, somebody on the outside is always going to say, don't do this because they didn't do this or that. And, you know, they're not in the business anyway. So, you know, sometimes the best thing is to put it all out there. So by saying have it out with you, he has a lot of opinions on combat sports, and I don't know if I've ever really heard his opinion on me, so I kind of want to have that out with him. But maybe I take that as a respect as well, that if I don't see an opinion from him on me, you know, I've been in big fights, but were they never technically big enough for you to talk about it, or
let me check.
Or you don't really necessarily disagree with me. I'm on that side of a lot of the people, like the Guru fans would kind of give me some respect in that I fight like a bat out of hell, and you know, that's what my career has been about. And now I'm in this space of media talking about combat sports, and you know, just see if we can get the Guru going on a rant about some things that he feels for our fan base. So, you know, bros before hoes, if you will. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of like what Bryce Mitchell's kind of missing. I get that you're clout chasing a rematch there. There's other ways to go about it. Obviously, however you thought about it last time wasn't the way, because your mindset wasn't prepared to win. So, you know, how your mindset is in a situation, you know, I want to see.
You want me to read this real quick? So
yeah,
I was curious, like, when has Guru ever mentioned or talked about you or your fights? Okay, so here's post number 1. It says, it's a picture of you versus Jake Paul. and like you both are kind of exchanging left hooks. And it says, I do not respect Jake Paul as an elite boxer, but if some random guy in public told me he just beat Mike Perry in a boxing match and then proved it, I would be very impressed. 95% of the guys can't even throw or take a punch for real, especially in the new age young soy era. So it looks like he's actually condemning or commending you. He's actually
So he does have a bit of respect for how, you know, that's, I get that. There's a couple different types of fans in combat sport. And
he likes you for sure. The next one, real quick. He is, so it's a picture of you.
Okay.
And it's on 7/21/24. So I don't remember if that was fight night. He is still platinum Mike fucking Perry. Violence incarnate. The disrespect ends now. It's not his fault. Only white men can beat Jake Paul.
Oh man. Well,
so he likes you. He likes you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, I know he's got some controversial things and some you know, I may or may not agree with, or you know, like I left a comment on Bryce's stuff today about Ilia saying, you know, there's no professionalism, no respect. People want to go low. You want to hit low because you lost a fight, because you say you were sick and you're making these excuses. It's just not, you know, we don't know what happened, or you know, he even says in the video, oh, he falls short of the grace of God. But then to say all those things, you're just clickbaiting at this point. And when it's despicable to tell a man he doesn't deserve to see his kids. You know, I don't think he beat you bad enough. So I just don't like that stuff. And I get how something personal like a relationship, a marriage, a motherhood, a familyhood, and you want to pick at that's not something I do.
It kind of violates bro code. I mean, it's not men versus women. Maybe it has been since the beginning of time. But like, dude, what are you doing hopping up there and just immediately burying him like that? It's not a good look. It's not a good look. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think's going on there? Don't find your wife in Miami. That's for sure.
Hold on now. The Spanish culture in Miami is, you know.
No, you don't find
dude,
even my dog is
the way that Latinas are raised, bro. You know, they're raised
that's
to
a different
be
type. Miami Latina is not
great
the
wives.
same.
It's not necessarily true. You know, yes, you go to Miami to party, but there are tons of Spanish people that live there. You don't meet
them off IG in Miami, dude.
And the living there part is different. And I believe that they were, you know, they were couple goals and they had a big fight or a big fallout. And that's fucking nothing to do with the combat sports. But you're so famous at this point, Ilia, you know, that everyone's jumping on it. But he did put out a statement, because you have to, you know, when lots of things are happening, someone of that, with that many followers, and then he finally has to say something and puts out a statement, you know, on personal matters. That's it's a tough situation for anybody. Thank God I'm not a streamer with my family and my personal business is just out there. I let people have the mystery of what, you know, life really looks like. It's really more boring and basic than you might think. They do those giveaways. Oh, going out at night with Nate Diaz looks like exactly what you think it would be. You guys are going to get in a fight, have some tequila, and you know.
Night with Platty P's, a toke on the vape pen, and some arc raiders, bro. Squat up.
Yo, let's get to these videos, man. Let's watch some funny stuff, some reaction, please. We got a sucker punch over here. Oh, sucker punch POV. He did not know that was coming, but oh, damn, Buddy can fight. Oh, Buddy gets up and can fight. Oh, he got your ass back. Oh, you sucker punched him and got beat down. That's what I like to see. Oh, he got caught up landing the sucker punch. What's next? Oh, this Clavicle, the famous streamer, calls out some grapplers and gets into a grappling match with probably a black belt or something. I don't know. The guy looks young. No gi. No way of knowing if he's a black belt or a blue belt.
Oh, that could have been bad.
Big takedown. I thought he was going for the omoplata here. He's just having fun.
He's already got a choke. He could choke him right now.
You gotta let go of that head, man. People don't know that. Shoulder pressure, not omoplata, Bon flute choke is what I meant. Bon flute choke. Yeah, he shouldn't have. He should have went Bon flute. It's when you choke
No,
him with
we're
your
gonna get there.
shoulder. Oh, easy choke. Oh, bro, it's done. Hey,
Well,
props to that kid for getting in there and giving it a shot. That guy had way more experience than him. Obviously, he didn't have any experience, really. Mac has the perfect reaction to that video. He's just like,
yeah. Streamer gets tapped out.
I see it.
I feel like I saw that.
A Texas guy in Texas fights a girl. Oh, she caught him,
And
bro.
icy.
Oh, he really squaring up though. She ready. She
He's about to throw some
throwing.
chingazos, dude.
She throwing hands. Oh, the dude went to get him. He running from that dude. Oh, they jumping his ass. No.
There's some
Oh, she
fucking
get her licks
potatoes.
in.
A la verga.
That's funny, dude. That's a good one, man. That was. Oh man, that was almost me in New Year's last year. So.
Dude look goofy as fuck chasing him down in his boots, falling over, bro.
Shout out to the guy that went in there to even out the fight. But that girl was getting him though, bro. Wasn't.
Yeah, she was.
He was trying to run away. See, bro, you gotta watch out for them Latinas, bro. Like,
I know.
we don't know what happened with these other people's relationships, stuff behind closed doors,
yeah.
bro. You gotta take.
I want to
this
say that.
statement.
Be clear on that. Like, dude, I don't. Who knows what happened? I don't know. But like, Ilia doesn't strike me as the guy that would do that.
When you spend every waking moment with someone, whether if they're a cute girl or like, and you're some brother guy, at some point that girl's gonna be like, think you're fucking tough. You gotta
Especially
create a
Filipino.
monster. You have to. If you're a warrior, you have to create a monster in order to spend that time with you. You think my little Latori isn't a savage?
No.
She's married to me.
Yeah.
You think I haven't created a monster? Absolutely. I love that little monster. She's a warrior too, man. So leave that shit there. Bros before, and fucking mind your business on certain things.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel. I mean, who cares, right? Nobody cares. It's all clickbait central these days. I keep it real. I try to maintain a type of integrity. Believe it or not, laugh if you will. I have fucking integrity. And there's certain things I won't fucking go out there for. With. I don't know. I'll attack anything. If it's demented, I'm fucking giggity.
I'm on it.
Ready to jump in there. I'm the first one ready. But half the time I have to maintain a composure and keep an aura, a space around us. It's like a force field. Platinum barrier. Keep that shit contained and, there's a time and a place.
Let's switch gears. I'm curious. This is just like a random fucking question, but we all have it, dude. What was Mike Perry's childhood Christmas memory? Like, What was your pinnacle? Did you have bad Christmases? Did you have good Christmases? Did you ever wake up, come down the stairs, or meet in the living room and open up an Xbox? You know, for me, it was like a Super Nintendo or an N64 to share with my brothers. Like, that was like, oh, what's your best Christmas memory from childhood?
Man, I had some cool Christmases, man. You know, thinking that, especially now as I'm older and I look back and I'm like, oh, wow, like, Pops, I didn't think we had a lot. We didn't have nothing, but then like Christmas would be banger. I'm like, I'm so happy to get little things here and there or whatever, and then I would get a bunch of stuff under the tree. I remember one time having a big box, and then the box was super light, and I was like, what the heck is in here? And then when I finally got to open this big box, it was like NFL 2K 2005. And Donovan McNabb was on the cover. Oof. The Eagles had just won the Super Bowl. I'm playing football on my PlayStation 2. And
so they put it in the big box to trick you?
Yeah, little things.
Because you were a peeker. You were a peeker, weren't you? You were a peeker. You'd tear the corners of boxes and be like, oh, whoops.
Nah, man, that was just like, you know, as nowadays we got the elf, right? So as a parent, like I've been doing the elf on the shelf stuff.
I actually don't understand that whatsoever.
My wife
what is
did
that?
A bunch of stuff. You just do little cute stuff at night saying that the elves moved around the house, and then you leave a note that they did this, they decorated this, or they did that. And
oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
You know,
I've always heard that.
One night I'd put the ladders out and hung the elves on like a toilet paper roll up to the tree, and they toilet papered the tree.
Oh shit, that's actually really cute, dude.
And left a note and stuff. And then like I had put lights. I'm getting this construction done in my house right now. I'm getting like a wall built. We're doing a custom wall with a embedded fireplace and like a quartz counter, floating shelves and floating counter, and it's all wood right now, the framing. So I put like a drill. I put the elf on the drill, and then hung some lights up and put like wrapping paper on the wood, and was like, oh, we thought this wall needed some holiday fun on the note or whatever. And you know,
dude, I didn't know. I never knew that that's what that was. That's like super fucking cool, dude.
Or like have the elf poop Nutella on the bread and the toast, and then be like, we made you breakfast. And the elf,
your kids eat it if you did
there
that?
with his butt, and the Nutella
Would they
bread
do that?
is good.
Would they
my
eat
daughter wouldn't eat the bread. She's like, no, I don't want to eat the poop.
Yeah.
But my son was like, oh, it's good. I ate my daughter's. I was like, dang, it is good, huh?
It is good, bro.
Nutella.
That's funny as fuck, dude.
Nutella, sponsor us at Overdogs Podcast, and I'll put some Nutella up here. I'll eat it on camera, like right out the jar, pour it on myself. Nutella, sponsor the podcast. Sponsor me. Sponsor Platinum Mike Perry, and I'll do it on the podcast. I'll give Josh a couple dollars, but sponsor me. Not for just Nutella. I want some money.
Did you? I
just made a sick Christmas giveaway video that's about to pop out on IG for one of my sponsors, man, and we just gave away a bunch of clothes to all the fighters at the gym, and you know, my camera guy, he got a good little haul of the stuff, and then we filmed a video when I was sparring, and I just had all the guys. I had like 10 boxes of clothes. They give me so much, it stacks up. I'm like, all right, time to do a giveaway. I done one before, and we did another one. I had my Christmas hat on sparring, and then was giving away clothes. So that'll be cool. That'll be coming out.
Hell yeah. Any updates on the tequila?
Brother.
I'm not badgering. I'm just curious.
Brother, I'm telling you. I want to do another video like I did one before. I took a bottle of alcohol to the gym on sparring day. I had people taking shots. We got to do that with a bottle of platinum tequila. I ordered a bunch of bottles. For anybody who has ordered bottles, I have not received the bottles that I ordered. We're making waves with our posts. Everybody's so excited for the Platinum Tequila. The taste is wonderful, to be honest with you. The taste is great, but you know, I need more. I need more bottles, and so we can have some celebrations with it. Hopefully it's coming. There were some setbacks, there were some delays, but hopefully, you know, this stuff gets a chance to take off, because I think people will really enjoy it. So, you know, that's the update on Platinum Tequila. Hopefully soon, hopefully the new year, 2026, we're just flooding the shelves. Giga Jukati got knocked the heck out with that spinning back fist, and then some elbows on the ground. So that was exciting to watch.
I mean, it's gonna be funny seeing like MMA social media for the next 6 weeks, because, dude, there's no fights. There's no. I mean, there's fights in other organizations.
Jake Paul about to fight Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, that's this weekend.
There's still some days that
they could pull out.
Not get in the ring. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But Jake looks very serious, and Joshua looks dialed in, which can be dangerous. I mean, we saw his fight with Francis, bro, and I don't know. Joshua, gold medalist, Olympian, and you know, Brennan Schaub was like, oh, in no way did he have, and like Jake Paul. Joshua is not allowed to let Jake Paul have any success.
Yeah.
Which, can that pressure really mean anything to Joshua?
Well, dude, there has to be pressure. Well, let me ask you something. When you fought Jake Paul, did you feel pressure as, like, you have to be the one from a combat sport? Because that was the whole thing, like, that Jake Paul...
I should have felt more pressure. I should have... I don't know. I tried to stuff everything into 3 weeks. They made the call 3 weeks. I tried to train hard and gain weight and fucking... I don't know.
How would you feel? How would you feel if you were like AJ? Because you've been in that type of situation. Like how?
Yeah, there's times when
if he loses to Jake Paul, how bad does his stock fall?
There's times when I've used the pressure and used it well and fought and beat somebody, and then there's times when there was pressure and I was like, you know, maybe ignored it, or you know, it's time frame. Like sometimes you run out of time in this game, or you need more time, or that's an excuse. You didn't have more time, so you just go with what you got, you know.
Whoa, dude.
I don't know. I can't speak for Anthony Joshua.
No, for sure.
He's obviously very well put together and a very strong individual.
He's a minus 1,200 favorite.
I don't think Jake is hitting like Ruiz though.
No.
And
no.
Dude, there was like an MMA offer one day of like in Saudi Arabia for me. There was possible talks of them offering me an MMA fight against Andy Ruiz.
Are you joking, dude? Don't.
Bro, he would probably kill me, bro. I don't even care anymore, bro. Like,
they wanted to put you versus Andy Ruiz in MMA in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
that is some fucking like. That's awesome.
Wouldn't that be something, man? Because, like, I'm not going to say no. Especially to something that I'm like, oh, man, he might kill me. I'm going to go out there and give it the best shot I got. And
I think you mixed in the kicks, any kicks, even leg kicks, and then your inside elbows, bro. I think you'd be able to take him out.
So who else? Somebody offered me, like, it was like $1 million to fight Caleb Plant. And I was like, no, fuck you.
What? Who? Where?
I want more than $1 million if I'm fighting Caleb Plant, bro. Fuck you. I'm not. I need
How much would you need to fight Caleb Plant?
$3.5 million to $5 million if I'm fighting Caleb Plant.
3.5 to 5.
He gonna fucking piece me up, dog.
What are some other
elbow? I want to fight in dirty boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Low key.
Oh, dude, wait. This is something I've been wanting to bring up. What's funny is a couple weeks ago, MMA Guru tweeted something about, it was after I think the fight card, and it was after a fight card where it was all Hamzat's fight, maybe, I don't remember, but he tweeted something saying like, I'm going to start a striking league where it's pure striking Like he literally described dirty boxing.
Was there kick?
I think he even said like drops, like you can drop someone, you get the ground and pound for like 5 seconds or something. Like he literally fucking
Who was
detailed Guru.
Why wouldn't you copy the program?
Well, and so like I want to ask him about that, and I wanted to bring that up to you. Yeah, like he literally was talking about how he's gonna start his own type of promotion that's just geared towards violence and fun, and it's just like dirty boxing. So we got to ask him about that.
That's what's up.
We'll see if he knows about dirty boxing.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I got to get him on a rant. We got to ask him. He's got some opinions on a couple of things. I think like the Bryce Mitchell, Ilia Topuria situation, and the Nina drama situation, and the state of the company. Paramount Plus is taking over the UFC, and in 2026, and over 220,000 people have already canceled and closed their subscriptions to ESPN Plus.
Dude, to be honest with you, it wasn't as dog shit of a streaming service as everyone makes it out to be. I think MMA fans just hate paying for the product. Like, that's it. Like, they'll find anything. Like, was it a nightmare sometimes? Because it would cry? Yes. But, like, was it that bad where it's like the fights ended Saturday night and I'm like this? I'm going to ESPN.com right now? No.
Bro, I have a subscription to Rocket Money, which is supposed to gather all of my
and then help you unsubscribe.
Make it possible to close and cancel them. And now I just pay for Rocket Money and don't use it. Don't cancel anything. I don't know how many subscriptions I'm paying for. I'm paying thousands a month of things. I might use a couple things. Disney, Netflix.
I went through this the other week.
Amazon,
I paid for Rocket. I did the same thing, dude.
Rocket Money, $10.99 a month or something.
To help me organize this shit, and I didn't cancel any of it.
I can't. Dude, I don't know how to cancel any of it. I know. I hated that about DAZN. It's $30 a month. You get a fight every 6 months.
Dude,
you get a fight every 6 months. You can't. It's not pay-per-view. It's $30 a month, and they don't play nothing.
Brother, I found out I've been paying for PlayStation Network.
You can't
I haven't
cancel.
had PlayStation in 8 years.
You can't cancel these things. They hide everything.
Dude, I fucking canceled my credit card and said it was, or like my card.
But you're going to be charged.
Stolen.
You're going to be charged. You can't do that anymore.
No, they didn't. No, they sent me a new one with new numbers and everything. I was like, that's how I'm going to Rocket Money. I'm just going to fucking get a new debit card entirely. And then
they keep charging you every month.
They do.
And
how? It's like they have your bank information. So then how the fuck does like PlayStation from 8 years ago know my new credit card number?
Oh my God, bro. PlayStation, Google Home.
I haven't had a fucking PlayStation in 8 years.
Oh my God, bro.
I get it, dude. And then I just was like, what the fuck? Like just money after, like you said, $30 for DAZN. Like I use it once a month.
But there's like 1,000 things like that.
Yes.
So I'm paying 30 grand a month and fucking subscriptions I don't use.
I shit you not, bro. I literally tried canceling my ghetto ass shit. Just canceling, saying it was stolen.
The thought
so
of
no more charges.
Life and putting things in a nice little setup. You got to have a filing cabinet for everything.
Let's go back to cash. Cash only. Motherfucker. Same thing, bro. Rocket Money. I got Rocket Money right.
What's the price of Bitcoin right now? Didn't that drop and then?
Yeah, it's been going down.
And then it went up. Is it over? It's got to be back at 90. What is that? Breaking. What is this? Breaking. Oh, I'm not reading all that. That's crazy.
It's down to 86. It's down $2,000 today. Damn.
Okay. I bought back into it at like 84. And it went up to 90, and I only made a little bit. And I was like, what the hell, man? And then now it's back down to 86, so I made like $100.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
Wait no further. Our guest is here today. We got the MMA Guru in the house. What's up, bro? How's it going?
What's up, Mike Perry? How's it going, man? What's up?
Good, sir. Good to have you on. Me and my guy Mac Malley here, we're talking about, some of your controversial things. And, we know you got a lot of people that are, the word pulverizing was even used. Would you consider yourself pulverizing?
I think the word
polarizing. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm thinking a bunch of people.
I can be pulverizing, but polarizing, yeah, definitely polarizing. Most people hate me, but there's like a small niche that do really enjoy me, and that's how I'm able to exist. Michael Perry.
Yes, it makes sense. So that small niche, they enjoyed it when you said that Dagestanis were inbred, and you actually caught a lot of heat for that with DJ.
Yeah.
And, you guys were doing a show, and because of that niche, it didn't really go through. Can you talk to us about that a little bit and how you deal with that type of polarizing activity?
Well, so let's get straight into the cancellation stuff. So I'm heated. I'm like a fight fan watching the fight 6 a.m. my time. People shit. There's like Khabib fans in my chat shit talking me the whole time. So when their guy beats my guy, I go fucking trashing them about this. And there's a lot of that stuff going on in their region. So I thought it was like an accurate insult to chuck at them, but I guess they're a like protected group. You can't really insult certain folks, be too serious about things. And I found that out, everyone sort of went after me for it. I think I could have kept doing the DJ pod, but everyone was trashing DJ for his affiliation with me. Because he's obviously the GOAT and he's well respected. And if he's got a show with me and I'm saying crazy shit all the time, then it's going to make him look bad. So I just said, if it's going to make you look bad, DJ, and ruin your image in the MMA world, then I'll just step away from the pod. And that's what happened, really. He mentioned on the pod. Go on.
DJ asked you to maybe tone it down a little bit, and you wanted to stay true to yourself and say that you weren't going to do that. So to better for DJ that you just kind of back off.
Yeah. I couldn't promise it, I mean, I'm gonna go crazy again. I'm gonna say some crazy shit again at some point, and I could just sit there and say to DJ, "Oh, I'm not gonna say it again," because we spoke on the pod that we did afterwards. He's done it before, where he's messaged me saying, "Hey, you're saying some crazy shit. Well, let's talk about this," And then this one was a bit of like, "You need to tone it down." And I said, "Yes."
Why do you think that the Dagestanis, or just kind of that Russian wrestling base, is having so much success in the UFC, and what is that doing to the state of the company?
They've been doing it since birth. They've been doing it since real young. You see a lot of stories in MMA from our side of the world where you got this rough kid who's a bit badly behaved that gets into it as a teenager or gets into it at 18. Like Volkanovski gets into MMA in his early 20s, but these guys are basically doing an MMA-based martial art from toddlers, they're kids. So everything you're training, they've done it thousands of times more than you. They've drilled it 1,000 times more than you. So I think that's really where it comes from. And overall, I mean, you tell me, man. Chimaev DDP, that shit was fucking boring to watch. Makhachev JDM, that shit was fucking boring to watch at 6 a.m. UK time. So it's definitely not the best for business, but sometimes they can be fun, and I guess the West's got to up its fucking takedown defense, so they're going to keep doing that shit.
I thought the Hamzat DDP was interesting, considering a sense of size discrepancy. Hamzat had come up from 170. DDP was this large 185er that looked to be super strong all the time, and no matter what he did, Hamzat just showed how great he was at his skills of wrestling, but maybe a little too much holding on. Maybe he should have done some more explosive punching, and with that said, and Mac was just telling me that you are possibly looking into a type of promotion for combat sports, and it sounds similar to your boys Dirty Boxing Championships over here. You know, what do you think of Dirty Boxing? And tell us about your promotion.
I haven't started a promotion yet. It's just something in the long, distant future. Maybe I could do my own promotion. But Dirty Boxing seems cool. I like Dirty Boxing. It's just like, knockdowns to follow-ups on the ground. And if you're not following up, then it gets stood back up again. It's like boxing with MMA-style finishing sequences added in. No
and it's
gloves.
the only boxing with elbows,
Yep.
spinning elbows, Superman punches, back fists. So all upper body striking. And it has been explosive every time. We've had 4 public shows.
Yeah.
And, soon to be 5 coming in January. So
Yeah, you had Brian Battle over there. You got Yoel Romero dispatching some people over there as well. So it's fun to watch. You see a lot of guys get in there, do a bit of a different style than MMA. Sometimes you want to see him just throw down in a small ring. But with my thing, I just thought, for the Aspinall Garn fight, I had 40,000 live viewers on YouTube watching just me sit there talk about the fights as they happen.
Oh,
So I figured if I can do that just with me on the screen like this, reacting to the fights, what could I do if I had a fight promotion? So I figured maybe someday that could be a good avenue to go into.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt,
I'm not too strong
step
on that,
in,
though.
help me out here.
Yeah,
before
I got a
before I
question.
get into some real dirty shit.
Okay, here we go.
I'm curious about this. So nice to meet you, Guru. I'm
Nice.
Mac. It's kind of interesting to me. In a way, you kind of remind. I came into this shit just tweeting about MMA. Ended up on a podcast with Mike Perry, just out of my genuine interest of the sport, I guess. And then I see you kind of come out of here, and I know you've been around for a long time, and it's just that you're an avid fan and you have your personality. But where'd you come from? How'd you start? How'd you blow up into what you are now? Because I've never. You taking over YouTube, you're one of the biggest voices in MMA right now. I'm curious where you came from, dude.
I'd say I'm it's weird to say out loud, but I'm the biggest voice. I mean, I beat ESPN MMA on numbers with ad revenue, which is pretty crazy to say. But yeah, I just did it. I was a kid. I was 19. I had nothing going for me. Started talking about MMA online. Got no viewers for ages. And then year after year, I went from 1, 2, 3 viewers, which was me on my phone and on a laptop looking at the videos, to a couple hundred, couple thousand the year after, and tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. And now I'm getting hundreds of thousands of views a video and tens of thousands of live viewers on the Fight Companion. So it's been a slow build. A lot of people seem to think I blew up out of nowhere, but I didn't really blow up out of nowhere. It's been a 7-8 year grind on MMA YouTube that I've been doing. It wasn't just I did something and then I went viral or anything like that. It's been little mini moments over the years that I've had. That's been my thing.
At what point did you realize oh shit, I have something going for me? This is something that's going to actually pay my bills.
Well, I was making a living off of it probably about 3 years in. I was making a $2K a month or something like that. And I was like, shit, this is more than my current wage. You know what I'm saying? I'm making good money. I can do this. And then eventually I started making a yearly salary, a good yearly salary in the UK. And I thought I'm going to do this full time. And then it's just gone crazy from there. And now I'm making good. I'm doing well. I'm doing pretty decent.
Good for you, man.
Know what I'm
Big
saying?
time. Well, it's good to have you on our show today. We're trying to make noise here at Overdogs about, I kind of wanted to ask, how do you go about picking your topics, considering what's maybe going viral, or are you the first one out to talk about it, or, what kind of helps your algorithm?
I go live. So I talk to my fans all the time, and my fans are massive MMA fans. So that's what it is nowadays. Back in the day, I used to make topics I'm a massive MMA fan, and I find that interesting. So that means that MMA fans are going to find that interesting because I do. So I used to do it like that. And I just see what's coming up, what's big, what's a really interesting story to me. And if I'm interested by it, then I'm going to make a video with immense interest. And if I do that, then it's going to be an entertaining video because I'm interested by it. And then nowadays in my live streams, my fans, if I go live and I haven't seen some big bit of news, my fans are spamming, have you seen this? Talk about this. Have you seen this? And it's like some big story that's going round of, did you see Francis Ngannou's interview with Ariel? You got to watch Francis Ngannou's interview. And when I see all of that, I start thinking, oh shit, I'm going to have to make a video on Francis Ngannou's interview. Then I watch it and I think, yeah, this is a video. So I got more views on reacting to Ariel's Francis Ngannou interview and breaking it down than Ariel's Francis Ngannou interview. So
oh my gosh,
that's weirdly how it works these days.
That's
Are you
cool.
concerned? Are you concerned with like hitting like burnout? You know, now that you are like, do you feel like super pressured to make these videos? Burnout's not something you're concerned about?
These 6 weeks off with no UFC is going to be tough. There's nothing.
Yeah,
there's not going to be much to talk about.
We're going to pull shit out of our ass for sure.
Yeah. We're going to have to find something to do. But I don't think I'll get burnt out from this. I'm doing really good. Like my family fucking worked hard their whole life at bullshit jobs they didn't want to do. I'm talking shit on YouTube for a living. Like, I'm not going to get burnt out about it. If I was a doctor and I was doing it for decades, I'd get burnt out. If I was a UFC fighter and I'd done it for a decade, maybe I'd get burnt out. But I'm just doing fucking bullshit YouTube videos for good money.
That makes sense. But I mean, UK is kind of burning y'all out. You know, what we hear about in the US here is that freedom of speech is really being grabbed up over there in the UK. Some people are being arrested, and some of us are wondering, you know, how have you stayed out of trouble?
I don't know. I'm like on the line, I think. I'm playing a character, you guys. That's what's going on here. I'm just playing one big character. But I think I'm just barely towing the line on a few things. And if I were to go any further... Have you been contacted
or anything like that?
I don't want to get too much into things, but I think I'll be all right as long as I just keep towing the line. But there's a level above.
How is the state of the country? You know, some of your opinions on maybe immigration and other things, you know, that have been happening that we see here in the U.S. only on video. It's been an intense, you know, migration of not the best news that we've seen. So, you know, how is the state? Is it still a lovely place to go out and wear a nice watch and walk your dog with your baby, or what's going on?
I think overall it's still a good place to be. I'd rather be here than some other crazy place in the world, I'm sure. But I think there's like an intentional plan by the people in charge of countries to completely destroy it at the moment. I don't know why, but it seems like that's the intention with a lot of their decision making, is like, how do we destroy this place and start anew?
Wow.
So that's my overall consensus opinion with the decisions that are being made. And I don't know. It's actually, the crazy part is that it's difficult for me to even like strongly discuss my opinions on it.
I understand that.
And that's the crazy part.
We don't ever take too long on the political terms of things. You know, I think that's a big plot of it, is that you have to just keep on living, and you can't think too much about it because who knows what the hell they're doing. But, you know, back to other news.
Yeah.
One of the most viral clips of the year was Rampage Jackson knocking out this guy, and you had strong opinions on that. And, you know, do you think he's going to get a slap on the wrist, or what should his punishment be? And also, my opinion on that is, you know, the other guy hit him in the head with a beer, and he signed a contract to do a job. He did that job. He got them the most viral clip of the year, pretty much, which he did it in a shameful way, people would say. But, you know, what are your thoughts on the Raja situation? And his dad had some thoughts on you, calling you racist. Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, I think he tried to kill the guy. That's my opinion on it. I couldn't help but say that. I watched the video. I was like, holy shit, Rampage Jackson just tried to kill this guy. Pretty obviously. It's kind of crazy that he did, but he did do that. And I know he hit him with a can. But if you go to a WWE event, or like a wrestling event, not WWE, but some kind of like pro wrestling show, and someone hits you with an empty can, and then you go, that's like kind of That's what you sign up for, you know? You go there as a streamer, some
wasn't
wrestler gets in
empty.
your face. It
It was a
empty.
beer.
No, it was not a full beer. It was like a stage
I
beer.
saw
It was
him
like
get
made
wet
for
with the
smack.
beer.
No,
But yes, he
because, dude,
should have attacked him right then. in
Brother,
my
this is
opinion.
a fucking brick.
Yeah.
Here's a brick. Like, this would fuck you up if I hit anybody. This
He
is a
did.
beer.
He
This is
popped
heavy.
it on his head, dude.
It was no, because there would be way more liquid. First of all, and I agree. Me and Mike don't really see eye on this, dude. After the 5th, 6th consecutive punch to an unconscious body, I'm with you. Whether he was purposely trying to kill
he
him or
missed
just lost
so
control,
many.
you're killing. You are now treading on the waters of committing literal homicide.
I agree, though. If
Legal
he's,
homicide in sports.
I guess if he did swing on him straight away after hitting him with the can, I'd be like, all right, that's fair. You know what I mean? He doesn't know what's going on. Some guy
Yeah,
might have just hit him.
You
and
know
he
what it
swings straight
was?
away. Maybe
It was kind of like Arc Raiders when I tell someone, don't shoot. And we're doing a mission together. And then I throw a grenade at them is because that's the game. So he waited till he had a legal form saying he could get in the ring and fuck this guy up. And he did exactly that.
No, there's a legal term for that. It's what called like premeditation. He was like fucking planning it the whole time. How am I get my licks back? And then when he got him back, dude's almost dead and he keeps going. He had to be pulled off.
I don't think the wrestling company meant for him to like rain down 21 unanswered
But they
shots
tapped
on his
him out
unconscious.
after it was over. They continued the show with the unconscious body in the ring.
I think they were making the best of like a terrible, awful.
Yeah, like we just watched someone maybe die.
I don't know if that was their plan, was to like, let's kill Psycho Stu for views. I don't know. And if that was their plan, they should probably go to jail as well, because
Well,
that's
we hope
fucking crazy.
Psycho Stu made a full recovery. I know he made recovery, but I don't know if he's still a little effed up from that.
Most likely. But I know you're friends with Rampage, you know? And me and Rampage used to get along here and there.
I thought me and Rampage could be friends, but I think he was a little tight at me for, he's cooler with Jeremy Stevens. Okay. And he had some opinions on that fight, as well as a lot of other people. But, he never really badmouthed me. But it's just some things sometimes, maybe the tone of his voice. I try to think like Rampage, so some of the things he said, I feel like if I said them, he would get upset. And he's one of the most popular streamers out there right now. What do you think about Rampage's streams?
I think he's always been born to do that. Rampage Jackson has been that guy where you put a camera on him and put him in some like precarious, random situations. He's going to make it funny. So I think that he's found whoever told him to do that, or if he thought to do that himself, that's genius idea to keep, because everyone's career's in stages. You're a fighter, then you're a this, then you're a that. He's in his streaming career, and
before
he's great.
Streaming was even a thing, he was doing that with Ariel in New York 10 years ago.
Yeah, if that was on stream, that would be getting viewers back then. So yeah, he's found his niche. He's found a good lane for himself, getting views. He might get himself in trouble someday though. Like, you never know with allegations these days.
Yeah,
you never know what could come, but I think he'll be all right. I think he knows what he's doing.
He seems a little popular on camera. Are you talking maybe about some of the ways he is with some of the women on his stream? I mean, they kind of seem that way with him. Yeah,
it's true. But you never know if they seem that way on the camera, and then afterwards they think back and think, oh, that's posted everywhere online. Let me say this, let me say that. You never know. But I think Rampage is cool. He's a seasoned veteran of the game. I'm sure he knows what lines to not cross in that situation. He's all right. He's got his NDAs, stuff like that.
He's been humping reporters and girls on camera since the 1990s.
UFC on Fuel. Yeah.
So he's been
not sure.
Who knows what's going to happen with Rampage? But I think he does well. I think he gets good clips. I don't mind Rampage. That's the thing. I know he snapped at me, but
he's an OG.
Yeah, he's an OG. I was a big fan of him. I am a big fan of him. I can have these strong opinions and still be like, I'm still a fan of that guy, but certain things need to be said. Raja Jackson tried to kill that guy, and he's a dumb guy for doing that, for sure.
Couple other things going on. I mean, you said something about it being hard maybe for MMA fans in the next 6 weeks, but, a lot of the things we're talking about are things you've talked about already, like one thing that's happening right now is Bryce Mitchell calling out Ilia Topuria. I actually had some comments on that and thought that Bryce is acting like a cuck, if you ask me.
Wow, I'm good friends with Bryce. I think he's jumping the gun a little bit. I will say that, because this could be completely made up for all we know. You know what I mean? This could be some shady shit from Ilia's girl. It could be that Ilia actually did it, which would make him very, very bad. But it could also be that she's making some shit up. You know, I actually said this a while ago, that she's going to say this and bring up domestic stuff. Because when he first split with her and announced that he had some personal things, she was posting on her Instagram story a bunch of like domestic abuse posts and stuff like that. So I thought, this is going to be a messy divorce situation. And here we are a couple weeks later. But you never know with these stories. So I think Bryce did jump the gun.
Women can be pretty good at mental abuse. Especially to a famous guy of Ilia's stature and praise and all those things. So, you know, personal situation, Bryce is jumping right to the throat, in my opinion, about shit that he doesn't know nothing about. And just because he got beat up by Ilia, I just think there's a more professional way to go about working towards a rematch or
maybe an Alejandro Topuria fight. Ilia's brother's in his division.
They're saying that too. Ilia's brother, they're saying that too. So, you know, but he's going right for the jugular, saying he doesn't deserve to see his kids, things like that. I think that's just trash, considering, you know, your girl and McGregor were all cuddled up and Donald Trump was your favorite, and now you hate Donald Trump, and, you know, there's still pictures of your girl all hugged up on McGregor.
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to go there with it. But you got some strong opinions about Bryce Mitchell, I guess, Mike Perry. There's some big
I do, man,
here.
because he's always saying all this shit, and all these people are just cult following, and, you know, I think it's just a salty L that he took. And he makes excuses saying he was sick, and now, you know, you're attacking someone's family. And I was telling Mac here that, you know, we have to create these monsters in order to deal with us. Me and my wife, you think she's not a little savage?
Maybe.
She has no choice. In other news, another one that you've maybe had some beef with, I was finding out about, would like to know more, because she's kind of taken over a lot of the media in the UFC and has gone viral quite a bit, is Nina Drama. What did you know, what were your thoughts on Nina? What do you think her position is in the UFC? Is it good or bad?
We're just doing controversy after controversy here. But the Nina Drama thing was that was another big heated moment I've had. I've had a lot of big heated moments.
Yeah,
seems to happen once every few months with me.
I want to talk about them all. Yeah, this is probably the end of the list.
Let's do it. No, Nina Drama, I don't know. I didn't even talk that much crazy shit about it, to be honest. I can't even remember how that thing started. Oh yeah, I made a fat joke about a woman. It was bad taste.
Oh, I remember what that was.
But my thing is, I'm kind of fat, so I should be the one who's allowed to say that. You know what I mean? It's like the M word. You know, if you're black, that's like your word, and if I'm fat, then that's our word. You know, it's like our culture. So don't come telling me about what I can say to another fat person. You know what I mean? This is our culture right here. But you know, Nina wasn't hearing any of it. I made a joke about a fat woman's reporter saying the cameraman zoomed out to just let the audience see what she looked like or something like that. And then Nina got really angry at me, and she said that the UFC talk about me in the offices, and everybody at the UFC knows about your filth, and you're such a disgusting human being that we have to share the earth with you, and all of this type of stuff, and everyone at the UFC knows about you. And she was going off about all of that shit. So I just basically did a whole big shut the fuck up, you dumb bitch video about her, and that kind of picked up a whole bunch of steam, and then that was the beef there as well.
So your niche fans would they agreed with that, how you felt about, you know, her coming in and doing this content with these fighters?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Her content with the fighters, I think it's a bit weird, childish. Like, I think there's some moral stuff to it with her boyfriend behind the camera and the way she acts around some of them that you could go into. But that's their relationship. Cuck. Yeah, another cuck. There's a lot of them these days, Mike Perry. There's a great rise of the cucks in our society. Yes. It's a big problem. But, yeah, that was a big thing. But I just think people were kind of getting annoyed by her. And I think people are annoyed by me talking a bit of shit and making a fat joke. And then Nina acting like I've just killed someone and I'm the worst person on earth and I'm the devil come back to life and all of this type of stuff. So, I don't know. I just thought it was time for me to go at her a little bit. I like responding. I don't like bullying people with a video first. But if someone trashes me, I'm going to make a response. I've always been good at shit talking in general. So I think that's what people like. That one got like 700k views, 600k views. So that was a big response. So definitely a lot of people agreed with what I was saying.
That's tough, man. Sometimes all the comments, things, it's like a love-hate relationship. There's one day they love me, one day they hate me. They'll say things so positive and say things so negative, and sometimes it leaves me wondering, what the fuck should I think? And then that always leads me to, who gives a fuck? Just fucking do what you got to do and keep being you at all costs. That's an important thing. But, I sometimes I wanna make a video and say something to someone and cuss them out. But then when I start cussing people out, it just, as a fighter, it just turns into, it's pointless. When I get mad at people and I can't physically punch them in the face, it seems pointless to even speak my my position on things. And, how do you, I watch a little bit of Candace Owens. She does a lot of responses to what people are saying about her. How do you guys find the medium, the control to get your point across, remember your points, speak your truths or peace, and, also shit on them in the process?
I do a lot of character assessments from long ago. So if there's somebody in the scene, I've already kind of got my gist of like, this is who they are as a person. This is the goods, the bads. Everybody has their goods and bads about them, you know what I mean? And if you look at someone and you know them and you've seen them in the scene for a while, you can point out these are their goods, these are their bads. So I don't know, if somebody shit talks me, I normally just click go and go. There's no editing in my videos. I don't make any cuts. So I just click start recording and just go. And whatever happens, I black out sometimes in my videos. I black out and I finish a video and I'm like, what the fuck did I just say? And then I'll re-listen to it and think, oh no, that was really good, whatever I was saying there. So I'll just post this one. That was good. But yeah, I don't script. None of it. There's no edits. There's no cuts. It's just one take, click, go.
Off a whim.
Psych myself up before. Amp myself up a little
yours
bit.
And Nina's content. Yeah. You're just flying off the riff, and she's, making these staged little. It's completely different content. You got it out of your genuineness.
Yeah, but I amp myself up for it as well. I'll be like beating my chest, going, I'm gonna trash talk her so good. I'm gonna fucking trash this bitch. And I'll click start recording and just go. Sometimes I record something and think, I can't fucking post that shit. That's too much. I've done that before where I've recorded something and think, I'm gonna get fucking arrested in the UK if I post this shit. So let me take this back, and then I limit it a little bit, or I'll get fucking banned on YouTube for saying this shit. So, but that's very rare. I'm normally quite good. British people have a good way of saying stuff without actually saying it. Sarcasm, dancing around the topics. So that's my way of doing things. But yeah,
they say it is y'all's language, English.
It is.
So
our
you know your ways around it.
We know our way around.
If I could, Mac was telling me earlier, I was like, I don't ever, because you have strong opinions in the game, and I wasn't really sure if I remembered you having an opinion on something that I had done in my career, and what he told me about maybe the Jake Paul fight you talked about, which was, it was respect, and I appreciate that out of some of your opinions for me. But I wrote you on Twitter and said I would like to have it out with you after all this time, and I would like for you to give me a fucking
character analysis.
Point your finger and tell me what has happened in my career. Obviously, the Jake Paul is this big blemish, but it's like, fuck it. Like, I still got it.
So good. He's pretty fucking good these days, that Jake Paul. And he's a big dude. He's been putting in work in the boxing scene. And I don't think he's going to beat Anthony fucking Joshua, but
that's crazy.
We can discuss that in a second. But I think you've done good. I think you've won I like that you paved your way out of not becoming a UFC champion. You see a lot of guys get to the UFC. They have a couple fights. They're fun fighters like you. So you get hit. You hit people.
Give me the hard shit, though.
Okay, I'll give you the hard shit. All right, I'll give you the hard shit. I think you got into the UFC and you failed. The mission is to get into the UFC, stay undefeated, become a UFC world champion. But you got knocked back a lot of times. Eventually, you started losing to some guys that maybe you should have been beaten. You should have been beating some of the guys at the end of your career when you were taking on some of those lower ranked guys. I think, who did you take on? Tim Means. Yeah, that should have been an easy fucking clean him up.
It was Tim Means instead of Robbie Lawler.
Yeah.
That happened in the last bit.
Yeah, there should have been some big names coming up. But then, obviously, you run into Ponzinibbio, who's really good. And people were talking about the Darren Till thing. So you definitely... I guess you under-delivered Mike Perry in your UFC career based on your expectation, based on what fans wanted from you. But in those losses, you paved your own way and I think you carried BKFC on your back, which I'll always give you credit for, because before you, it was just a bunch of randoms just scrapping it out in BKFC. But I think you put BKFC on your back. I think they definitely owe you a ton of credit for that. And that was your sport. BKFC was your sport. All action, all damage, bare knuckle, still your sport. So I always tuned into the BKFC when you were on there. And I think that was the case for a lot of people. So I think you fully redeemed yourself in a whole new lane of combat sports. The Jake Paul fight was a bit fucked up. You took it on short notice. It was a loss. It is what it is. You got beat up pretty bad by Jake Paul. That was a stinky performance. That was a pretty stinky performance from Mike Perry there. But in BKFC, you still run the game, so I think that's your thing. Bare knuckle.
Fuck, man.
That's the gypsy sport. That's the ultimate tough guy sport. So at least you got that going for you.
Yeah.
Fuck all this martial arts shit. Just fucking get scrapping in a fucking BKFC ring. That's what it's all about.
Bare knuckles. Just have a couple shots like they do in the UK. A couple pints and a fucking showdown, throwdown in the middle of the street.
Yeah. Get it on like a gypsy. You know what I mean?
Police come, so police will arrest y'all for freedom of speech, but if y'all fighting in the street drunk, they'll just come and tell everybody to go home.
Maybe it'd be a similar sentence, for sure. You say something crazy and you knock someone out, similar sentencing for both, I think, at this point.
Well, shit, man. Cheers, MMA Guru. I appreciate the breakdown. How come, why don't you... Do you have any martial arts experience? Have you ever grappled or wrestled or boxed or thrown a punch or hit the pads? How did you get into, just because you're a fan of the sport and watching us go through this brutality, what is it about it that just attracts your mind and you're like, there's something about this I want to talk about, but I'm not going to fight Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, fuck all that. I wanted to be I once had a very short-lived dream of being an MMA fighter. So I did martial arts when I was a kid. When I was a toddler, my dad put me and my brother in Taekwondo. I got a second-degree black belt in Taekwondo when I was a kid. Okay. I did it for about 9 years, competed in the UK, lost a bunch in the UK at national level. I never won anything at it. But I used to do it a lot. So I've been in martial arts. So I've been doing that. I did Muay Thai when I was working a job. Did Muay Thai after work, and I started really liking that. I always watched the UFC. McGregor came along, and in the UK, when McGregor came along, everybody was everybody who was doing some kind of martial arts was watching McGregor and the UFC and all of this. But I already knew about it. When Pettis head kicked Benson Henderson off the cage, we all know that moment. Everybody was talking about that. Like, people that I did taekwondo with, I think, were the ones showing me on their phone, like, you see this kick that he did. He jumped off the cage and kicked this guy in the head. And then I started watching all of the champions, like Pettis, GSP, Anderson Silva, all of these big names, Donald Cerrone, Nate Diaz, Carlos Condit. I used to love Carlos Condit. And, yeah, I started watching UFC, got into it, and that was it. But then once I started doing Muay Thai, I was thinking, oh, let me start doing jiu-jitsu and do some MMA shit. And I thought, this is fucking lame. I don't like getting hit in the face. This is bullshit. I used to go into this Muay Thai gym. There used to be this angry Romanian or Bulgarian, like, laborer. Like, he used to be a construction guy. He would just get in there and, like, be angry at me because I'm a heavyweight. So they put me with, like, the big guys in the gym, and they'd be swinging haymakers at me. And I remember a couple times I saw people get KO'd in the gym, and I just thought, fuck this, man. This is fucking bullshit. And then Joe Rogan gave that speech to Brendan Schaub. I don't know if you remember that. When he said, you'd be surprised. Like that. I don't want to see you get KO'd.
About Cain Velasquez, yeah.
Yeah, the CTE stuff started getting brought up. And I was like, fuck this. What am I even doing? I'd rather talk about it and figure that out instead. So I just kept talking about it, and it worked out instead. So fuck.
Another reason I'm famous is because I keep running faster than the CTE.
It's trying to catch you, though.
It's
on your heels.
Bring it on, motherfucker.
I don't know. It might get you one day. I don't know how many more BKFC ones you got, but that Jeremy Stevens fight was a wild one as well.
I think I'm pretty clean, man. Mentally, I've seen kids. You know, I think I've seen young boxers with 150 fights. They're not even pro yet, and they mush mouth.
Yeah,
can't talk. I think it chooses sooner. You know what I mean? So that's the beauty of MMA, actually, is with small gloves, finishing fights, you know, like a dirty boxing, or even they say bare knuckle is safer because you're not just taking that impact. Which really, the Jake Paul fight, my head didn't take impact. After a bare knuckle fight, my head is like, fuck. But after the Jake Paul fight, my rib was like, fuck. My head didn't hurt at all. I didn't have a black eye or nothing.
What do you think about him versus Anthony Joshua? There's a lot to discuss, Mike Perry.
I think I think Anthony Joshua should dominate, which that can be the only pressure that Joshua would even maybe care about. And he's probably, I mean, he seems dialed in. He's a very dangerous guy. Francis Ngannou turned down the fight with Jake Paul, thought he was too good for it. Joshua said, I'll step up. Jake Paul is stepping up. I said there's still a few days that Jake Paul maybe might decide not to get in the ring. And if they do get in the ring, I mean, I guess Jake's a big boy. I feel like I wouldn't fight Anthony Joshua. So if Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua get in the ring and Jake lands a fucking punch, I don't want to hear nothing no more.
I respect it. I respected him after he took a fight with Mike Perry, Anderson Silva. Even though people shit talk Jake Paul like he's not fighting real boxers, I'm thinking this is a fucking YouTuber, and that's still Tyron Woodley in front of him. Yeah, that's scary as fuck. Like, I respect that.
T-Wood is a dangerous cat. He was and is, and Anderson Silva was one of the greatest knockout artists we ever had in that game, and he was doing it to people like Tito in the boxing ring and others. And you know, Jake landed some good shots on. I was there for that fight, and you know, fuck, man, I just felt like I just wanted more time. I got to build back up. Jake's told me in person, he's told me maybe we fight in dirty boxing. He's told me he wants to do bare knuckle before his career is over. And now he's 230 pounds, about to fight Anthony Joshua. You know, offer it up, man. I'd love, but give me fucking 8 to 12 weeks so I can be the best version. A 3-week
Give you
notice.
4-ounce gloves. I think you win that fight every time.
I threw him on his head. If it was an MMA fight, I'd have been cleaning his clock right there.
But it wasn't.
I know.
That's
It
the
was
tough
boxing.
thing.
Hey, the referee, Christopher Young, I think he should have let me break that threshold there. Maybe I was a little tired when the fight got ended, in my opinion.
Get that second wind.
Yeah, So
What's next for you, Mike Perry? 'Cause I'm a big
Man,
fan, Mike. I know we went straight into controversy,
appreciate
but I
you.
want to know some things.
I appreciate you, man, and I can appreciate your hard topics on keeping everybody honest in this game. You got to speak the truth, and you can't be afraid of it. You can't run from it. So, what's next for me? Shit. The thing about that question for me is that I tell people, they're like, "When's your next fight?" I'm like, "It could be tonight." If I'm at an event or something, we're watching fights. Hey, you never know when a motherfucker wants to do something, and I could go viral right now. Let's do it. I'm happy to fucking do that anytime. Love to, party and turn up too. And but usually I'm a good time to hang around with, so people I'm not getting into shit. But maybe sometime next year, bare knuckle is probably my best option to have another bare knuckle fight. And I'm fighting the IRS. And did you see that? I think you did.
I did see that. That's bullshit, man. I'm from the UK.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Bullshit in general.
But I'm a retard, and it was my mistake. Or maybe that word's not good on YouTube. We'll probably have to bleep
That's
that.
fine. I say it all the time. You'll be right.
But, whatever. That's why I hired a bunch of people who are supposed to be way smarter than me to do the job, and then they get mad at me that I called them out online. "Oh, you saw everyone see my bill, huh? You didn't think I'd do that?" It's not my fault. That's why I hired people to do my shit, because you're supposed to be smarter than me. But why does my dumb ass see that you fucked up? Oh, yeah. The goal was to get your ass to go on a rant, and now you just got me. I'm always the one ranting on this show, Overdogs podcast.
I can rant about UK taxes. 45% personal income is fucking insane. 90% of my money's like 45% if I want to use it personally. That's some fucking bullshit, Mike Perry. That's what that is.
We went to war over 3%.
That's, worth it though. 3%'s worth it, I swear.
We need a new Tea Party.
Yeah.
Man, I have I've been watching a lot of Nick Fuentes.
Okay.
I think he's one of the I
didn't know this was coming.
I think he's one of the more reasonable opinion makers, in my opinion. And I think he keeps it real. Well, that other guy though, who's just only really racist, not the Joker face, the one with the mustache, he got slapped last night.
Oh, we can talk about all this. Yeah, he got bitched. Throw something back. What are you walking off for?
He didn't do
The guy just slapped
nothing, right?
You. He did nothing. That's some bullshit. That's like if I got slapped by someone and then walked off. I'd be a bitch forever, dude. You got to do something with that. That's the golden ticket. If somebody hits you in the face, that's like, oh, it's fair game. As long as you don't hit the guy first, that's fair game. And he just took that and wandered off like, oh no.
Can I pivot it? Because this is one thing I wanted to ask you, dude. Like, do I think you should ever be assaulted? Absolutely not. But that's got to be something that you do consider? Like, fuck, man. Like, do you not go to events usually? Or do you get recognized a lot? Are you worried about? And again, you should never be attacked for just saying shit. But where does that play into your mentality and when you're doing your content?
I get recognized rarely. Because if I went to an MMA event, I'd get recognized a lot. Yeah. I went to an MMA event. I went to train at Dricus du Plessis gym in South Africa. Yeah. And I went to a regional show, EFC there, and everybody was noticing me, pointing at me, and, oh, that's the MMA Guru. And that was when I was a bit of a smaller name. So if I go to an MMA place, I'm going to be recognized. But I don't know. I make my money covering the MMA events. I don't got to go there in person. Someday I will. And you said I don't deserve to be here. I think a couple people do deserve to hit me in the face. I think that's gonna happen. You know, there's a lot of fighters that I've shit talked a lot in some like crazy ways that if one of them hits,
Can you
I'm not
name
gonna
any of the
sue
ones that
someone.
you're specifically worried about running into?
John Jones, he'll get me. Jones will get me. Jones is actually nicer than you'd think. Yeah. Yeah. Sure he is.
Well, but like he might. Okay, anyway, keep going.
When the camera's on, but if John Jones catches me like backstage in a locker room with no cameras around, I don't know. There's something going down there.
Fair.
Perry's smiling, thinking about me getting my ass whipped backstage. 100%. But I reckon like an Ian Gary would definitely slap me in person or something like that. But I think I'm not going to sue no one if they get me like that. I'm not that guy. If I deserve a confrontation, then that's what it is. I'm definitely going to have to stand my ground, though, and try something back.
I think Ian Gary's got tough skin.
He's a nice guy, dude. Ian Gary's super nice. I know that for sure.
Maybe too nice.
He might tell you something, but
got to watch out for the people that are too nice. But I reckon one day I'm going to get hit. The Dagestani fans at an MMA event, they're going to go. They can't control themselves, those fucking dumbasses.
Yeah, what about, what are your thoughts on the Dillon Danis, Dagestani
John Pork
brawl that happened?
I think that's bullshit for Dillon. You know, the fact that he got punished, that's what I think is bullshit for him. But I think Dillon is a walk-in. If you're Dillon Danis, you've got to walk around thinking somebody might go after me here. Somebody might jump me. Especially those guys, they don't mess around. But do I think Dillon Danis should be the one banned from events for getting jumped? No fucking way. That's some bullshit. Those guys should be the ones getting banned. Dillon should, maybe if you want to ban Dillon as well, just for him being a cunt, maybe you can do that. But you don't ban Dillon because he got jumped.
You got to ban them all.
Yeah.
If he didn't get hit if he didn't throw the first punch, dude, no. Yeah.
I will say Dillon he didn't seem to get KO'd though. A lot of back of the head shots, no KO loss. Dillon's definitely got a chin on him.
He does have a little chin on him, man.
He does. He gets hit a lot by people in these scuffles and fights. And I've never seen Dillon Danis out cold on the floor. Which is, that's weird. I feel like a lot of these guys are smacking him with some big shots, but that big old head of his seems to absorb him pretty well for a BJJ nerd, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I just had another one. His fight looks like it's canceled in Misfits. He had an MMA fight. He's the only MMA fighter in Misfits. Yeah. They made
Tony
a whole
Ferguson.
promotion out of him, and now Andrew Tate is fighting. What do you think about how Tate is? What he's presenting to like men in the UK and the US that are watching him, what type of thing he's putting off? Like, is he teaching them? What's your opinion?
I think there's basic things that should be said to men and men should be aware of that he says, that you mentioned Fuentes before says. There's a lot of these basic things that were always said, right? Not that long ago in the world, that should definitely be said to men that they need to be aware of when it comes to women, when it comes to this, when it comes to them being a man as well. And then we stopped saying that as a society like a decade ago. And now everybody's become fucking gay as fuck, in my opinion. And now they're starting to say that again, and they're chucking a bunch of extra shit on. But because nobody says that anymore, those basic things, they're seen as like this revolutionary thing. I mean, there's more to their takes for sure, and you have to nitpick every single bit of it. But the problem is they take like a very basic concept and then they extreme it in many different ways. I think Andrew Tate he says a lot of reasonable things. A lot of these guys say it, and that's the problem that a lot of people have, is that they want to shun these people, but they say a ton of reasonable shit that these freaks on the other side of the argument don't say anymore, and say like retarded shit all the time. Like these fucking left guys and all of this on the other side of the argument. I think they're fucking retarded with most of the shit they're saying. So these guys saying common sense gets them an audience. But then there's the Tate consumerism shit on top of it, and the extra shit that he says for views and other stuff. But I'm just, in my opinion, I'm just a logical human being, and I can see when someone is being serious, and I can see when someone is going crazy for views. I can see when someone's saying something crazy just for the sake of saying something crazy. So, I don't know. I don't really shun him on his words too much. But I do think he's a bit of a consumerist bot in some ways. What's all this? I don't think you need supercars. I don't think you need all this. I think yours, even though he talks about breaking away from the Matrix, I think that is the Matrix. Get your money and get a supercar after supercar.
We're doing the Matrix wrong. He's got 2 cars at $7 million each, 2 cars at $6 million each, couple Bugattis, couple this, couple that. You're broke. You're poor. If you have $1 million in a 401k, you're poor. Ha!
True.
I think that shit's hilarious. And Tate, man, like, yes, sometimes there were some things he said, but it's like you have to look more into it, because lately with his fight build-up against Chase Damore, he's been super positive, in my opinion, about hoping Chase's health is good after he beats him, and I don't know. It seems like there's a bit of a change because he's actually going to compete.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Like he's serious mode. He's back into martial artist mode. He's not just this crazy character online talking shit anymore. I think he kind of fell out of relevance a little bit. That was a big thing for him. Like, I remember when, I think about 4 years, like during the pandemic and just after, Tate was the guy. He was probably the most famous guy on earth for a while in a certain age range. Everybody was talking about Andrew Tate. He was on everybody's For You page and reels and all of this. But then he kind of died down. So I think it's smart that now he's going into this fighting shit, because imagine an Andrew Tate highlight reel KO.
Yeah.
That's going to go crazy.
It rebacks up everything he's saying.
Yeah, that's going to go
crazy. Do you think Chase has a chance?
I don't think he's quite shit. He is a bit shit, though. I've been watching some of his fights back, and he's not the best. I just think there's certain people that, even if they haven't trained crazy, they've got like the basic understanding of punching and stuff like that. You know, some people are just natural fighters that kind of just know how to scrap.
When they throw a punch.
And he doesn't seem. It seems some guys you really have to. It's like trying to teach a Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy how to punch. Sometimes they just look gay and weird when they do it. You know what I mean? I think that Tate is fighting a guy like that, and I think he's going to get hit hard. Tate's a real fighter. I've seen his old fights. I've seen him scrapping guys. He really knows what he's doing. Even his sparring footage, when he's weaving out the way of shots and countering, it's hard to weave out the way of shots and counter like that. Everybody takes that for granted because we're watching the best fighters in the UFC and boxing, but there's a lot of guys that are way shitter than that. So I think he's going to nastily put him on a highlight reel, get back into relevancy, and then see what's next for him from there. I don't know. The takes on those guys, they have so much to say. I don't know everything they've said. But my overall take on them is people are just chatting shit. If you want to buy into it, you can. If you don't want to buy into it, you don't have to. I personally don't listen to people that I agree with because it just makes me think, yeah. I agree with that. It feels like a waste of time for me to watch that political shit.
It's tough. And then anyone you can start to have an opinion of looking up to on, then this big scandal comes out. And then everyone just always goes to, don't support a rapist or a this or a that. And it's like, it's like, how can you just blemish someone's whole just picture, idea of someone? And but you got to look at the details. So, there you have it, MMA Guru. I appreciate your time today and talking with us about all things that seemed to go viral of everyone talking about around the world. I had a good time chatting with you, man, actually. So, and I appreciate the hard shots you took at me. I can appreciate that because I feel confident in what I've done in combat sports. It was a goal. I set out. I made things happen. The government hit me harder than anybody ever will. And I'm going to fucking keep going from here as well. So shout out to you. I hope you keep growing and keep going. And thanks for your time today, brother. If there's anything you want to say, man, let the people know.
Yeah, man, I'm glad that we got along. I thought you were going to get heated at me, Mike, as a fighter, like, what's this guy coming on here? But I appreciate you. I'm glad you're doing your thing. And what I got going on is my YouTube channel, MMA Guru on YouTube. I don't really do much else. I don't do other shit. I don't really do fuck all else. I just do my YouTube thing. Fight companions.
You play Arc
videos.
Raiders?
I don't play Arc Raiders. No, I don't really play video games.
Bro? Turn the PC on and get your ass in the... Go raid some shit.
I might start streaming games over this 6 weeks. No UFC on. I'm going to have to find something to do.
Yeah, maybe I should do that too. See what I can do. Maybe you should.
Mike Perry raging on Arc Raiders. That could bring some views in. Screaming at your screen. That could be a big thing.
See, I don't want to be a character.
But you're not. Just
if you're genuinely angry, you're genuinely angry.
They expect this character, and I'm not this fucking wild guy most of y'all think I am.
Okay, but when someone shoots you in the back, when you have a full loadout, you're gonna be Mike Perry.
I don't know how to know if I'm doing a character or if I'm being me. I don't know which is which sometimes. I'm like, I've always been real, so is my character just fucking ridiculous all the time? I don't know.
Maybe there you turn the camera on and find out.
Yeah, start saying some shit, but then I don't know. I'm tired, I'm lazy. Yeah. I want to tell people the truth sometimes, but you know what? They can't handle the truth.
They can't.
Guru, let me throw one more quick question before we bounce out of here. Let's talk about some relevant fights that just happened. Tyra or Cop? Cop's getting the next title fight. What do you think about his performance against Rival?
It shocked the fuck out of me. I thought Roy Val as an underdog was crazy, but Cap's been in and out of fights. Like, he's had a lot of fights. If you look at his Tapology record, like, tons of them are cancelled, and he's injured out of fights. He couldn't make weight for this. But if he's dialed in and locked in, he's going to be a problem for that division, especially because he's big. Van's pretty small. Pantoja's injured. I thought Pantoja was going to go on to become a GOAT of the sport, you know? But I think it depends. If they do this Japan event, they're going to want Taylor involved. I know they want that market.
I saw this really good picture of Manel Cape today, and I thought
you just saw this.
That really looked great.
There you go. He has grown a bit of a tit. He has grown some tits. He really has. That's interesting. What do you think about Gyno, Perry? When you see Gyno on a fighter, do you think, yeah, that guy's definitely on something? What do you reckon when you see a bit of Gyno?
The nipple titty thing. Sometimes it's like it can be staph, can it? Or I've seen, when you lift weights or something in here can tear, or you can strain yourself in wrestling.
It could just be genetic.
I feel like these guys are getting tested, like before they get in the ring and after. Yeah. I feel like these guys are getting tested. USADA has changed, but I don't know. Nate Diaz said everybody's on steroids. Everybody's doing something. Everything's a cheat. Who was it? Was Greg Hardy hits the inhaler. Yeah. Motherfucker. They made him fight the third round and then disqualified him immediately after. The whole game is fucked up, bro. So who cares, man? Do your cheat sheet. Who gives a fuck? I always talk about, I want to do some steroids. I want to see what it's like. I've never put a needle in here, and I haven't fucking had to, but sometimes I think about I'm getting older. I want to see I could stick something in there and just get all crazy.
Hop on that testosterone. TRT Mike Perry. That'd be a dangerous guy to mess with in BKFC. Jake Paul rematch. TRT up. Get on some HGH. Trend. That's
but that sounds like I gotta hire a doctor and a specialist, a nutritionist to help me with all that shit. You know me, I'm so old school, man. I would chop wood to work out and eat chicken and maybe take a Flintstone vitamin and drink some water, bro. That's how I train. That's my training camp. I dial it down and just do the basics. People recently posted mitt videos and people are talking mad shit about them. I just do the basics. That's all I do. That's all I've ever done. And it works.
That's good. It does work. Yeah, never jump on the sauce. That's some shameful shit, in my opinion. You can't be confident with yourself if you're on some kind of substance or some shit like that, in my opinion. Not fully confident. I don't know if you're on anything, Mac Malley. I don't know. Maybe you are.
No, just beer.
Okay, there you go.
Beer and the weed, yeah.
I don't do no drugs.
I know some guys who are on that shit, and they beat my ass. I'm like, fuck, man. Well, there's only one guy, and he trains all of us here in Central Florida. He's like the best one. I give him his credit. In 15 years of training with him, I never beat this motherfucker, ever. He beat my ass for years, choked me out, always ends up. I still have to do MMA against him. He won't just box me, but he's a insane athletic specimen. And, he's like, shit, at his age, he makes me think, damn, I should fucking try that shit.
Is it the Spartan guy?
No, it's not. Well, I believe, has, people know that he's been on it because he's failed. He's been on that shit for years. Like, I've been training with him for years, but he has never. Alex, I've had good days against the Spartan, and I've been beat up by the Spartan. Don't get me wrong. We're brothers. We've trained in and out, good times, bad times. He's still such a positive dude, but it's not him. It's the guy who has trained all of us. Anyone who's come through Central Florida, and if they're a grappler, a boxer, it doesn't matter what they are. If you do a combat against the main guy at Fusion, that motherfucker is better than all of us.
Sounds like a Dark Souls boss.
That's where we get respect from Lyoto Machida, Jacare Souza. We've had these big names come in. I mean, and me, I'm a big name too. This guy has always given me I have this thing, which it's very fitting for bare knuckle. I just want to fucking punch you in the face. When I did MMA, I had good ground and pound. My jiu-jitsu was good if I could hit you. And now I don't have it anymore. He strangled me with one arm the other day. Fucking video coming soon of the Christmas giveaway and all that. So good times, training and all those things. And sometime maybe we'll link next time I'm in. Where are you at, London? Or you can't give away that information?
I was in London, but now I've moved out to the small town in England. It's much nicer out here. London's a bit of a shithole in my opinion, but it's all right. But it's very expensive.
I'll reach out. I'll hit you up if I'm ever headed that way. You never know. And have you ever been to like Miami or something?
I got family in Miami. I got Welsh cousins. I think I've got half Welsh, half Peruvian cousins.
Well, you got to go see them in Miami and have you a good time, bro. There's nothing in life like a night in Miami.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna meet Hanato Moicano. Show me the money pod, maybe. So.
Oh, there you go.
That's the plan. Yeah. And shout out to Jack. I want to say shout out to Jacare for saving your life as well. You mentioned Jacare. I know he saved your life. That's the only reason you're here. That's a funny story. I know you nearly died, but that's always been a funny story of yours.
Bro, I smacked the fucking rubber band was choking me, and I swung, and I was out cold. I was out. So I didn't even know, but I smacked my face on this metal pole, and I'm just hanging there like this. And someone's watching me. They're over here. Jacare's filming for the UFC. He's doing a Road 2 show. And he looks over. He's like, oh, my God. And he runs and gets me out. And Alan Nugent fucking splashing water on my face and slapping me in the face. And I'm like, I was like, oh, my God. I was out. So, yeah, man, shout out to Jacare. I'm about to put my son in jiu-jitsu at his school to learn some of that Gator jiu-jitsu. So,
yeah. Learning from the best.
Respect to that. Hey, appreciate you, Guru, man. Kicking it with us, bro. Look forward to hearing more from you, and I'm going to keep up with you. I want to get into more radical opinions.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get into more radical stuff. That's always the best thing to do. Yeah. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Cheers. Thanks, Guru. Have a good one. Cheers, mate. You don't sound like a normal English guy.
Sounds Scottish to me.
No, I'm weirdly spoken. It's over now, right? I'm weirdly spoken. I don't know. I used to speak it very differently, but now I speak a lot better because Americans can't really understand you otherwise. So my accent's become very well spoken English.
You sound American. To be honest, I thought you were American. Then I recently found out you live in the UK. I had no idea.
I don't sound like Darren Till's scouse. Fucking
No.
random. Fucking hell, mate. Shut up, you fucking.
Dude, there's so many.
stuff.
When I've been to the UK, there's so many different fucking accents, man. It is pretty crazy. I thought you were Scottish, if I'm being honest.
No, I'm not Scottish. No. That's
Mac
crazy
has
accent
thought
as
about
well.
you a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard you had some good researched questions about me. That was good. It's good to have a fan here.
Oh man. Cheers,
right.
brother. Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
All right, man. There you have it. You know, I feel like Guru. I couldn't get him to blow up on anything, and
I think it's
some of
he
his
just-
videos. He rants and he goes in and he gets emotional about some things. And today he was really chill with Platinum. You know, he gave me some truths and getting to know him, I feel like
seems like a pretty chill guy.
he seemed very honest.
Yeah.
And this day and age, that can get you backlash. But keeping it real, besides the Dave Chappelle skit from so long ago when keeping it real goes wrong, you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
You
Oh yeah,
never
dude. When
saw
keeping
that,
it real goes wrong. Yes.
Look
dude,
up the
Chappelle
Dave
show.
Chappelle when keeping it real goes wrong.
I have it on DVD still. Yeah.
There's a line, and you know, he said he's got his toes on that line. So, you know, play your cards right. Great talking
give
with
him-
MMA Guru today, and
I give him props for saying like he thinks he's gonna get, you know, hit by someone at some point. He's not gonna change his opinion, and like he wouldn't even be the type to sue somebody. Like, you know, dude, seems like a pretty chill guy.
I'm suing. If anybody
suing.
don't fucking touch me, or I'm gonna sue your ass.
Motherfucker.
I'll do whatever it takes. I'm suing. I'm doing
Do
whatever
you
it
have to pay
takes.
taxes on
to get my get back.
court settlements?
Huh?
Do you have to pay taxes on court settlements?
Probably. You gotta pay taxes on everything, bro. Like what?
Dog, it's fucking bullshit.
Taxes on taxes.
Yeah, bro.
It's the way I see it. Next year in 26, they're gonna be like, oh, well, you paid us. You owed us this much money from 24, and in 25 you made this much money. So, yeah, you owe us for the taxes you paid us in 24.
Next, they're gonna start taxing us. You have a podcast. You need to pay a podcast tax.
Oh, jeez.
Jesus.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not. It's I wouldn't have to pay that because it's our boss's podcast.
Bags. We'll send the bill to Bags.
So he can count the losses on those, and you know, I don't think there was a need to show the dirty boxing video that everyone has
No.
seen, including MMA Guru. I believe he's seen it. I believe he's watched our events and our fights. You know, he knew that we got Brian Battle over here doing big things, and we've had some interesting growth in the company, and you know, there's more to come. 2026 should be a big year. So grateful for everyone paid attention to Overdogs podcast, Platinum Perry, Mac Malley, and Ice Bags, you know, when he feels like coming on. You know, tell Ice Bags you miss him. Tell him you want some of his old man controversies here on the show. He's always been a thinker for sure.
He's a wild card, bro.
Yeah, he is a wild card. I like having him on sometimes. But thank you to the fans for another great year with the Overdogs podcast. Merry Christmas to you and your families. May the birth of the one true God, Jesus Christ, put a blessing upon your household to the belittlement of all other false religions. I just heard that joke from a comedian. I thought it was funny. And, you know, may all the Christians keep a great household and strive for success in the year 2026. May we all have a happy New Year's, and, you know,
Amen.
keep
Follow us
room
on
for
Facebook.
fun. Remember the fun and safe. It's got to be safe fun We don't want to get too wild. But the boys' trips, we can fucking let loose, dog. So shout out to the homies and keep up with us, man. Thank you so much, everybody.
Slam that subscribe button. Merry Christmas.